And the game is going to be on Metalopolis, guys. So get ready. It's the semifinal, game 1 for the TeamSpeak TL Open number 10.
Welcome to TeamSpeak, advanced voice communication software for any platform. TeamSpeak allows groups of people to communicate and share information with anyone via the internet or through private networks. Using your Windows, Mac or Linux-based computer, all you need is a headset with microphone, and in minutes you can be chatting with others in real time using our crystal clear voice technology.
This is it, game number 1 here for the 10th TL Open, brought to you by TeamSpeak. I'm djWHEAT. Joining me, as always, is Chill, and I'm excited because we got a day of StarCraft here, not only kicking off with the semifinals and the finals of the TeamSpeak TL Open number 10, but also we got GSL semifinals tonight. Oh, so much StarCraft. And ONECrunCher spawning as the orange Protoss here in the 3 o'clock position. In the 12 o'clock position is the fashionable pink. Looks very good on the Zerg, I must say. That's M. Stephano.
And with that new patch, I have a new little fancy button here, toggle replay timeline. So thanks to Blizzard, so I don't spoil myself casting this, I'm going to go ahead and turn that off. But also what's been patched in, which is really applicable to this PvZ matchup, is the faster Phoenix build time. We've seen a lot of players opening up one gate, Stargate, and we've also seen fast expand into Stargate play, getting the Phoenixes out, harassing, following up with Void Rays, and that may play a role here as we are, medium rush distance by land, but very, very close by air.
Yeah, and like you see these close positions, you get a Zerg, there's a lot of different things that can go through their head, but of course one of those being the Mutalisk, and it's almost put the Zerg players on like a scare a little bit, because they're going to be able to get several Phoenixes out, before your Mutas are actually going to pop. So, while it may seem like a phenomenal idea, suddenly that shorter build time means that the Protoss is utilizing them more, which means that it's something that the Zerg has to be careful about. So, I have to say, of all the Zergs that we've seen in the later rounds of the TeamSpeak TL Opens, we've seen a lot heavier ground army play than we have air anyway, and now this patch will just change it even more.
Yeah, exactly. And let's take a look at the Zerg main base. He actually put that extractor up really quickly. I believe it was something like a 12 or 13 extractor, and then followed it up with a spawning pool. So he's already at 72 gas here, as his spawning pool is about to pop. And what he actually did was he had his drone sitting out at his natural, so that when Cruncher's probe came by, he wanted the probe to harass the drone a little bit and not get the immediate scouting information. But looks like that did not pay off. He's going to go for speed here, not going to go for roaches. Just wants to get Zergling speed up to be safe. And then looks like he's going to follow it up with the fast expansion. But the pylon is going to go down for Cruncher, and that's going to delay the expansion. And that's always annoying to deal with as a Zerg player.
Yeah, I'll be curious to see if he's going to put guys back on gas. He might just wait a little bit here. And we have his first Zerglings popping, 4 out now, and the pylon will actually get stopped there, but in come the Zerglings, and he might have been better off just letting it finish, but he did save himself a little bit of cash. They'll chase off that probe, and the hatchery does go down. So right now, speed about halfway done, and we've got the expansion up. Meanwhile, in the Protoss space here, we do have a sentry coming out. Warp Gate research is underway. Second gas is now occupied for the Protoss. And as we get into about the 5-minute mark of this game.
Yeah, it looks like he might be Warp Gate rushing. He's got a lot of Chrono Boost saved up. He's got a lot of minerals saved up, so I'm going to expect him to be using that Chrono Boost unless he wants to expand, but that doesn't make sense with the 2 assimilators. And there goes 2 more gateways. Is he going to make a 3rd one? No, so it looks like it's going to be a 3-gate, not an all-in. Scouting Zergling is going to be denied by the combined efforts of the Sentry and Zealot, holding it down at the wall-in. And we're just waiting for Warp Gate to finish and see how Cruncher wants to... Oh, and there's the 4th gate. Wow. So it is a 4-gate, but delayed on the 4. Call it a 3+1 gate.
Yeah, a little bit out there. And I don't see Any overlord? Well, he's got an Stephano has an overlord all the way outside of the expansion of ONECrunCher, and now he is going to move. So he's like close by where he could get some information, but it's not going to happen here, as now he's got this pylon out, and actually that overlord will get spotted by Cruncher, and he will at least chase it away and can possibly take it out. Meanwhile, what do we have for Stephano here? As we know, the impending warp gate rush is going to be coming soon. Still no gas. 2 spine crawlers going down in his front. I suspect he is going to uproot these and put them down a little bit. But we have a big rally of Zerglings right now as the units of ONECrunCher move out.
And Stephano severely supply blocked, not making any overlords. Now he's caught it. He's making 2 as he moves over the spine crawlers, but he sees that the Protoss army is moving out. The 4 gates are completed. Cruncher moving in. I don't know if Stephano's going to have enough to defend this. Cruncher is all the way at his front, building a pylon now, and they're going to hold back, but not for long here.
Yeah, he's got a lot of Zerglings on the way, about 16. He's putting 2 more spine crawlers up in the back, which I do like, because at least he can try to reinforce there. But this already big Protoss army of ONECrunCher is now warping in units. There's another spine crawler going down as well, so he is expecting a big harassment right here as the attack does move forward. Spine crawler gets the first hit on a stalker, and we'll see how ONECrunCher will handle this as he moves all the way around the side. He might be surprised to see another spine crawler in the back.
Yeah, he's moving forward. Cruncher a little off balance here as he's up to almost 500 gas. So he should have been making the sentries first, let them build up energy, and then reinforce with zealots afterwards. He's actually putting down a 5th gateway. And Stephano really realizing that he just needs to live this, putting down more and more spine crawlers. A few Zerglings getting baited in there. He's just trying to hold back the Protoss advance. Protoss looks like he has no follow-up plan here. 5th gateway finishing, warping in more units. He's up to 66 supply. Zerg at 48. Now producing drones. Really, as Cruncher, moves in, puts down a lot of force fields, isolating the Zerglings, isolating the ramp. A few drones trying to come down, but they're not able to. Zealots flanking around, force fields all over the place, but the Zerglings able to flank in. Looks like they don't want to attack, as Zealots really chew up Zerglings. Now moving in. Looks like Cruncher is a little bit indecisive here. Doesn't know if he should move in and risk being flanked or not. Now here we go, the final engagement. Zerglings flanking in, another force field on the ramp. Queen's getting targeted, and looks like the Zerg player Stephano is going to hold this.
Yeah, well, I mean, Stephano, he put so much effort into taking out that one pylon, only to find out that there's actually a reinforcing pylon up on the ramp, and there are still a lot of units here for Cruncher. But with those 4 spine crawlers in the back, that is what is just a desperately scary thing to see, as Cruncher knows that he's kind of got to move in here. The best thing might be to just march up his ramp and go into the main here, and then block the Zerglings out with some force fields. But he's going to go ahead and just target the hatchery, and that's the bad thing about having those spine crawlers so much in the back. The hatchery is at about 50%. The Zerglings are going to be forced out. Great force field splitting up at least a third of those Zerglings, and he will move back, but you can see the production cycles continue as even more and more units get warped in here for our Protoss.
And there actually is a Roach Warren up. It looks like Stephano has no intention of using that Roach Warren. One Spine Crawler gets sniped here as a few Zealots get sacrificed. Our Queen, what are you doing? Running a little too far. He's going to need that for Transfuse. Force Field goes up as Cruncher moves in. Yet again, the Protoss player trying to isolate the Zerglings so he can move in and snipe off the Spine Crawlers. So many Zerglings back there trying to get by, but the Force Field's holding him back. Hatchery under Assault here gets transfused by the Queen twice. 2 times transfusion there. Spinecrawler at the north, almost dead at 59 HP, gets sniped there, and looks like the hatchery gonna get taken down. Spinecrawler's desperately trying to burrow here. 3rd Queen on the way, but it is just not enough. I cannot believe Cruncher just basically barreled through the Zerg defense, and now the supplies tell the story. 63 for the Protoss player, 42 for the Zerg player.
Yeah, he did a good job trying to keep those spine crawlers alive, but he just could not stop that push by the Protoss, and there it is. The well played. And ONECrunCher didn't even need to GG. He pretty much GG'd in his play right there. That was very nicely done there, continuing that pressure. I liked what Stephano did in reaction, at least with the spine crawlers, but maybe just not enough units. And as you mentioned, having that Roach War in there, Chill, but we never actually saw any roaches. The ONECrunCher did do a phenomenal job of just selecting the right units to bring in. Like you said, heavy on gas, brought in the sentries. At one point, he started to increase his stalker count a little bit so he could get that range, start taking out the hatchery. Then those Zerglings started coming in, more Zealots coming out. So a great job there, but our Zerg, unfortunately, cannot hold it off, and that means that the first win will go to ONECrunCher. What'd you think of that game?